Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Real Trends. This is episode number 8. It has officially been 2 months since we started the series and it has been so much fun to do everything for everyone. This is episode 8 and we had plenty of stuff happened over the weekend at the box office. The Lion King dethroned Spider-Man from the top spot and it hit big at the box office. Let's take a look. At number 1, like mentioned before, was The Lion King. The recent adaptation came in and smashed the box office $195 million in its opening weekend. It dethroned Spider-Man at the number 1 spot and breaks the record for the biggest opening weekend ever in the month of July. The previous record was held by Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. That opened at $169 million, but it is The Lion King which dethrones that. In addition, it was another big win for Disney as Avengers Endgame broke Avatar's record for the highest grossing film of all time. So big weekend for Disney. Lion King at number 1. Coming in at number 2 was Spider-Man Far From Home. It got dethroned from its number 1 spot and it took a big dive with The Lion King coming out. They brought in $21 million compared to the $45 million they brought in a week ago. It's been a fast descent. $185 in week 1, $45 million in week 2, and now $21 million in week 3. Spider-Man at number 2. Coming in at number 3 is Toy Story 4. It brought in $15 million, a 25% drop when they brought in $20 million a week ago. Still holding strong, really hasn't taken any big dives throughout its presence in the box office. So Toy Story 4 doing solid at number 3. Coming in at number 4 was the horror movie Crawl. It stays in the box office top 5, bringing in $6 million compared to the $12 million they had a week ago. So about a 50% drop for Crawl. Hanging in at number 4. And then number 5 was Yesterday, the Danny Boyle comedy/drama, coming in at number 5 with $5 million. It brought in $6.7 million a week ago. It's about a 25% drop, but still hanging in there in the top 5 for about the 4th straight week. Yesterday, running out the top 5 for the box office results for July 19th through the 21st. And now, the real trend of the week. And now another real trend of the week. We're going to do another Netflix edition looking at the things and shows leaving and coming to the streaming service. But something a little unique is the fact that there's nothing leaving Netflix this week, but some big stuff coming. First, it's Inglourious Basterds, kind of giving us a preview of Quentin Tarantino as his new movie comes out this week. We'll have Shawn's Pick of the Week just soon enough. But Inglourious Basterds is about a Nazi-occupied France during World War II. A plan to assassinate Nazi leaders by a group of Jewish U.S. soldiers coincides with the theater owner's vengeful plans for the same. The film is starring Brad Pitt, Diane Kruger, Michael Fassbender, and Christoph Waltz. It was the 7th film made by director Quentin Tarantino. It was well received. It was able to nab 8 Oscar nominations, including Best Film, Director, and Screenplay. This also resulted in Christoph Waltz winning Best Supporting Actor and him portraying the villain in the film. In terms of box office numbers, it made big money, grossing $313 million worldwide with a $75 million budget. This included Quentin Tarantino's biggest opening weekend of any one of his films with $38 million. A big show that is coming to Netflix on July 26th, the same with Inglourious Basterds, is Season 7 of Orange is the New Black. It's an end of an era for Netflix. It was announced last October that the show was canceled and was to conclude this summer. A little special as Orange is the New Black was one of the first ever scripted shows for Netflix and changed the TV business as we know it, as it really catapulted for the streaming services to begin their own shows and clear the path for other shows such as Stranger Things for Netflix. The show was critically acclaimed with 20 Emmy nominations, including winning Outstanding Cast for a Comedy Series back in 2014. This also included 6 Golden Globe nominations, but no wins. And that's going to wrap up the real trend of the week. And now, let's go on to Shawn's Pick of the Week.
Thanks, Jeff. You guys know what time it is. It's time for Shawn's Pick of the Week. This week we have one of the most hyped up films for the summer, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino's 11th total film. It took about 5 years to write the screenplay. It's about a faded television actor and his stunt double striving to succeed and become famous and successful in Hollywood. The year's about 1969. It's starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, and screened at the Cannes Film Festival earlier this year, and people were actually amazed. Film has a lot of buzz around it, and it's pretty anticipated. It could garner some Oscar considerations, especially with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Since the crowd seeing this type of movie isn't battling with the Lion King crowd, it should push as Tarantino's highest box office weekend ever, which is about $38 million. It's predicted to do about $35 million, but with no real competition this week, it could do 40. It could push 40, and so I'm excited to see what this movie's about. Excited to see the outcome. Its opening weekend. So this has been Shawn's Pick of the Week. We'll go back to Geoff Exstrom to finish her out. We'll catch you guys next week.
Thank you, Shawn, for your pick of the week. I am personally really excited to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And as Shawn mentioned, it should push for his highest grossing opening weekend that he has ever done. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, kind of a special film for him. He stated that it's kind of his love letter to Hollywood. And then, like Shawn mentioned again, it took him 5 years to write the screenplay. So I'm really, really excited. But that's going to wrap things up for episode number 8 of Real Trends. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Of course, like, subscribe, and comment about what we could do better, or anything you would like us to try and kind of integrate into this series. I have been your host, Geoff Exstrom, and thank you so much to the cameraman and on-screen talent of Real Trends, Shawn Carson. It's been real. I'll see you at the next trend.